Hello, everyone. My name is George, and I'm an alcoholic. Today, I'm going to talk about the first step in Alcoholics Anonymous, which is we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Well, I'm just going to go into it a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to basically tell you anything, but that is the first step. But a breakdown of it is getting honest with yourself and admitting you have the problem and admitting that you can't control your drinking. And there are many types of alcoholics. There are binge drinkers, there are daily drinkers, there are people that just have a couple of drinks and just I mean, even still, I didn't start out as a daily drinker. Um, I drank every now and then. I don't know, for a couple of days, and then I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I could go months without having a drink, and then I once I started though, I couldn't stop. Um, but and this is where the step one comes in is what does alcohol do to you emotionally? I mean, that's the whole unmanageability is you your emotions you can't manage, and it's not necessarily like, well, yes, a lot of people are financially unmanaged, like they can't manage their own finances, they can't manage relationships, they can't manage a lot of things, and breaking it down into, okay, my unmanageability is I needed to drink to control, well, to try to control my emotions. Not that I didn't. I mean, I mean, if someone upset me, first thing I do, I get out of work, I get drunk. If my wife upset me, I get drunk. Yeah, good things happened while I was drinking, and granted, like not everything was bad, but the things that happened when I was drinking and like it just I wouldn't change anything from from when I was drinking. Like I wouldn't go back. I would never go back to that. If I decided to go back to that, my life would become unmanageable again, and I couldn't manage my emotions, and I couldn't manage my like something bad happens. Oh well. I mean, now I have tools that I've built it up. I've worked with people to deal with them. I don't have the answers to everything, but when I have a problem that I not that I want to go back out and drink, but if I have a problem, I have tools that I've developed in the past couple years that I don't worry about. Like, I can go to somebody and talk to them, and they might have a solution. If they don't have a solution, I can go to somebody else and they might have a solution. And eventually, like, I will have a solution to a situation that I couldn't manage when I was drinking. And my first sponsor, we talked a lot about problems, like, um, and he worked it out with me. Like, I had to get a new job. Like, my job was so, it wasn't like a bad, like, in the aspect that, oh, it wasn't steady. It was pretty steady. I mean, I worked what I needed to work, and I was comfortable, but it eventually got to the point where I wasn't happy and I wasn't growing in my um I had a lot of time on my hands because I only worked part-time when I first got sober. And then I got a new job, and not that my new job, well, I don't have a job right now, but the job that I had was fulfilling, and I was able to grow I until I moved here into New Mexico from Connecticut. Um, but getting, I had to get honest with myself that I had an issue. I knew I had the issue for a long time. Um, I ended up being a pretty much a daily drinker, but I cut that down, and well, I woke up and I needed to do something. And I mean, when I first got sober, all I wanted to do was stay sober. And I listened to people, and I heard people tell me that they didn't do any work on themselves. Do any they didn't go to meetings. They didn't do anything. All they did was they didn't drink, and they stopped going to meetings. They stopped calling people when they had problems, and they ended up relapsing. And not that everyone stays sober forever, because I mean the statistics are against us. I couldn't tell you the exact statistics, but um, based on chip sales for medallions and uh, like a 24-hour coin, and going all the way up to a year. It, I don't remember how long ago it was, but they tracked it, and there were like 22,000 24-hour chips purchased in 1 year, and then going into the following year, um, there were like, I don't know, like less than 10% of uh, 1 year chips purchased in that following year. So, I mean, if you look at the statistics that way, most people have less than 10% chance to stay sober for a year. I mean, this is 25 years ago, roughly, but still, I mean, when I got sober, somebody told me I had a 1 in 35 chance to stay sober the rest of my life. Going into that, I don't know what tomorrow brings. I live today. I worry about today. Um, and that's it. And if you want to talk, leave a comment. Thank you.